Imagine a world where one of the most groundbreaking scientists of all time quietly fed pigeons in a New York park, all while envisioning the future of global technology. This was the life of Nikola Tesla, a man whose genius could visualize complex designs without ever needing to put pen to paper. Yet, despite his incredible intellect and numerous contributions to modern science, Tesla's life ended in poverty after his most ambitious project failed. The story of how one of the world's most brilliant minds fell from grace is as dramatic as it is fascinating. Who could have foreseen that a man who spent his days feeding pigeons near the New York Public Library was also one of the most ingenious inventors of his time? Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American, possessed such a sharp intellect that he could visualize his ideas and designs entirely in his mind without the need for physical models or drawings. Despite his brilliance and fame, Tesla died penniless after his greatest dream was shattered. His life took an unexpected and dramatic turn at one point. He was poised to become the wealthiest person in the world. Tesla's alternating current AC power system had the potential to generate immense wealth, with royalty payments worth hundreds of millions of dollars when adjusted for inflation. Even today, our world primarily relies on AC, which periodically reverses the direction of electric current, reducing energy loss during long-distance transmission. In contrast, Thomas Edison's direct current DC flows in only one direction and is difficult to transmit over long distances. The type of electricity generated by most power plants today, including Tesla's hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls, is AC. Niagara Falls marked the beginning of the world's electrification. In 1895, Tesla and American industrialist George Westinghouse built the world's first hydroelectric power plant there, harnessing the fall's energy using AC. After such a monumental success, Tesla could have easily retired in comfort. However, he was driven by a desire to surpass himself and achieve a new form of global communication. Unfortunately, he lacked the funds to bring his latest vision to life. But how could that be, given that his AC system had made him wealthy? Westinghouse had purchased Tesla's AC patents for $60,000–$5,000 in cash and 150 shares in Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company. Additionally, Westinghouse agreed to pay Tesla royalties based on the amount of electricity sold, equating to $2.50 per horsepower of electrical capacity. Tesla should have been rich, but he wasn't, because of his generous heart. When Westinghouse's company nearly went bankrupt due to fierce competition from Edison's company, which sought to discredit Tesla's AC as dangerous, Tesla stepped in. J.P. Morgan, a powerful industrialist, aimed to financially cripple Westinghouse and seize Tesla's patents to dominate the energy market. In a remarkable act of selflessness, Tesla tore up his contract with Westinghouse after being moved by his friend's desperate pleas. By doing so, Tesla single-handedly saved the Westinghouse company. He was deeply grateful to George Westinghouse, who had always believed in him and never exploited him. Besides, Tesla had even grander ideas he wanted to pursue. However, his decision to forgo the royalties would later come back to haunt him, leaving him in financial distress and ultimately shattering his ultimate dream. After the triumph of Niagara Falls, Tesla returned to his lab, where his passion for experimentation drove him. Not even a fire that destroyed his New York laboratory could deter him, though the cause of the fire remains unknown. In 1891, he invented the groundbreaking Tesla coil, capable of producing high-voltage, high-frequency alternating current electricity. With these high frequencies, he pioneered the use of X-rays for medical purposes, even taking an X-ray of his own hand. But this achievement paled in comparison to the time he illuminated vacuum tubes wirelessly by transmitting energy through the air, a feat that made him appear like a Jedi waving a lightsaber. The wireless transmission of energy became Tesla's lifelong obsession. He envisioned a world where electricity could be transmitted wirelessly across the Atlantic without the need for wires, and he sought financial backing from the wealthy American banker J.P. Morgan to make this vision a reality. J.P. Morgan invested $150,000 to help Tesla build a massive transmission tower at Wardenclyffe, Long Island, New York. Tesla envisioned this tower as the first in a worldwide network capable of transmitting electricity through the atmosphere to anyone with the right equipment. He boldly predicted that his system would enable a businessman in New York to dictate instructions that would instantly appear in print at his office in London or anywhere else in the world. Tesla was far ahead of his time, foreseeing a global wireless communication network akin to today's internet. But shortly after construction began in 1901, Tesla's funds began to dwindle. He turned to J.P. Morgan for additional financing, but his pleas went unanswered. Investors instead favored a young Italian inventor, Guglielmo Marconi, who in 1901 successfully transmitted a radio signal from England to Newfoundland, Canada, using Tesla's radio patents. Tesla had already realized that his coils could send and receive powerful radio signals and had secured radio patents from the U.S. Patent Office in 1900. Marconi's success didn't initially worry Tesla, who commented to an engineer, "Marconi is a good fellow. Let him continue. He is using 17 of my patents." Marconi repeatedly tried to patent his radio technology in the US, but the Patent Office rejected his applications, deeming them too similar to Tesla's work. However, in 1904, the Patent Office inexplicably reversed its earlier decisions and granted Marconi the patent for the invention of the radio. The reasons for this reversal remain unclear, but some speculate that Marconi's powerful supporters in the US, including Thomas Edison, influenced the decision. Marconi was celebrated as the inventor of the radio and became wealthy, even winning the Nobel Prize in physics. Furious, Tesla sued the Marconi company for patent infringement, but he lacked the resources to battle a large corporation in court. Moreover, he couldn't find anyone willing to invest in his dream of a global communication network. In 1917, Tesla's tower was dismantled to pay off his debts. He owed money to the heirs of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, where he had been staying. After his friend and investor John Jacob Astor died on the Titanic, Astor's heirs demanded repayment. Tesla settled his debt by demolishing his tower and selling the scrap metal. As his greatest dream slipped away, Tesla lamented, "It is not a dream. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering, only expensive blind, faint-hearted, doubting world." Tesla began to withdraw from the public eye, showing signs of obsessive-compulsive disorder. He became fixated on the number 3, walking around a block 3 times before entering a building, and counting his steps wherever he went. He even calculated the cubic content of bowls of soup or cups of coffee, otherwise his meals were unenjoyable. Toward the end of his life, Tesla became increasingly obsessed with pigeons, particularly a white female pigeon. He once confessed, "I loved that pigeon. I loved her as a man loves a woman, and she loved me. As long as I had her, there was a purpose in my life." Tesla never married, and when the pigeon died in his arms, he believed his life's work was complete. Nikola Tesla spent the last 10 years of his life at the New Yorker Hotel, where his room was paid for by the Westinghouse Corporation, which also provided him with a consulting fee of $125 a month, a small gesture of gratitude for the man who had relinquished millions of dollars in royalties to save George Westinghouse's company. Tesla faded from the public eye, with few remembering him, except when he made the cover of Time magazine at age 75. He died alone in his hotel room on January 7, 1943, at the age of 86, without a penny to his name. A few months after his death, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Marconi's radio patent in favor of Tesla's, though the court's motives were hardly noble. The Marconi company had sued the U.S. government for using its patents during World War I, and the court conveniently avoided the lawsuit by reinstating Tesla's patent. Nikola Tesla is undeniably one of the most iconic figures in STEM fields. Today his name has been resurrected and celebrated by an electric car company, Tesla, Inc., founded by Elon Musk. In homage to Tesla, a dazzling display of drones formed a visage of the brilliant inventor. Inspired by Nikola Tesla's visionary mind and groundbreaking innovations, what if his dream of wireless energy transmission had become a reality? How would our world be different today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Tesla's life, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating explorations of science and history.